Welcome to Parvaz Academy. During 15 years of my professional experience in IT industry, I have conducted and coordinated more than 500 technical interviews, mainly for experienced candidates. In this video, I will try to share my experience to learn about how to prepare for any SAP business object interview. So in this video, we'll cover following topics like we'll see more about this video, types of the different types of recruitments and common HR questions, uh, biotechnical questions, and finally we'll also see at the end of this video the general tips for any interview. We will see each of these one by one in more detail in the following part of the video. Let's clarify a few things before we begin about this video. Unlike most of the help available online, we will not focus on exact questions and their answer in this video. Rather, we will focus on important topics and subtopics with examples. I believe these are important topics to be prepared before appearing for any BO interview. Apart from technical part, we also try to cover most common HR questions and general interview tips. Okay, then let's begin. What are the types of recruitments? In general, for experienced professional, the recruitments can be of two types. Number one, generic recruitments. This recruitment is not specific to any project. What happens sometimes, company anticipates huge requirements in existing project or projects that are in pipeline. In this type of recruitment, questions are very generic in nature and you can expect very few scenario-based questions. The second type of recruitment is project-based recruitment. In this case, the position being interviewed for is specific to a project. Therefore, here the questions are very specific to the current work environment. Also, you can expect more scenario-based questions. Even though it is difficult to know the nature of the recruitment well in advance, if somehow you get to know, it will be very helpful and you can prepare accordingly for the given position. We will discuss this point in more detail in the last section of this video. Let's dig into technical part. SAP BO technical questions can be classified into three categories. Number one, SAP BO general questions. Irrespective of which tools are being deployed in reporting solution, the knowledge and understanding of these tools like IDT, BI Launchpad, CMC is must because these are the horizontals of any BO solution. Second is the knowledge in a specific tool. We will cover Lumia Designer, Lumia Discovery, Web Intelligence, Crystal in this video. Third, and the last is the understanding of various tools like BEX, data warehouse tools, data flow, source system, ETL tools, etc. Let's understand all these in more detail in the following part of the video. Okay, the BI Launchpad is a Java or HTML based interface of business object tool to perform analytical reporting and data analysis. You should be able to answer various functionalities of BI Launchpad, different preferences setting available, parts of URL and version history and latest version of BI Launchpad and which version you are using currently. So these are all the focus areas of BI Launchpad. Information design tool is one of the most commonly used tool across all reporting tools for the development of universes, which is used as a data source. So information design tool, also known as IDT, is a business object design tool that extract the data from different data sources using OLAP or relational connection to create universes. In IDT, you must be thorough about these four objects: data connections like multiple single source, relational OLAP, how to access the BEX queries. Okay, what is the difference between local and secured connections? So these are the different subtopics in the data connection. As far as data foundation is concerned, you should be thorough about the different types of join, what is cardinality, different parameters, how can we create the parameters, list of values, navigational path, loops, context, aggregation awareness, etc. Okay. After that comes business layer. Okay, the dimensions, what is the dimensions, measures, okay, detail objects and predefined filters and queries, how we can create the different queries using business layer. And finally the universes. In the universes, the definitions, okay, queries, okay, publishing the universes to repositories, and what are the different options available in query editor, etc. So these are all the focus areas or topics you should be aware of, or you should be thorough in information design tool. The Central Management Console is a web-based tool that you use to perform most day-to-day administrative tasks, including user management, content management, and server management. Some of you may argue why BO developers should know tools like CMC. Isn't it the BO admin or basis team's responsibility to work on this? Yes, in most of the BO project, there is a separate BO admin resource to take care of all the administrative activities in CMC. However, there are certain functionalities in CMC as a BO developer you should be aware of. Some of these are highlighted in the following CMC home screen shot, like folder, all the administrative tasks, all the activities like folder creation, managing subfolders, and managing folder access. Next is user and groups. Creating a user group, user groups, and users, adding users in the required user groups, managing user access, etc. And apart from these, universes, access level monitoring, these functionalities you should be aware of. One of the most important function is promotion management. You must understand end-to-end object promotion process in CMC. SAP Business Object Web Intelligence, or Webi, is a web-based reporting and analysis tool. It is part of SAP Business Object Product Suite and is used for analytical and ad hoc reporting to meet business requirement. You should focus on following topics in Webi tool. Creating simple reports, for example, creating simple Webi reports, creating graphical reports. You should be able to explain end-to-end process, how to create a simple Webi report or graphical report. Okay, right from the beginning of creating a universe, how to call this universe, and what are the different options available in query editors. Okay, and you should be, and apart from that, you should be able to add a cross tabs in report. Okay, different tables like horizontal tables, vertical tables, all those things. These elements you should be able to explain what are the different types of tables available, and the important options like functions like breaks and sections. What is the difference between breaks and sections? Okay, and the calculation context. Okay, different why it is needed, input and output context with examples, and calling a multiple queries or adding a multiple queries in the same document coming from a different sources, different universes. That is a synchronization of multiple queries in a same document. Okay. So apart from these, there are very other important topics you should focus on, like uh, formula, variables, functions, conditional formatting. You should be able to explain step by step how to carry out these functions or these functionalities in Webi reports. Okay, sorting and hiding, query filters. Okay, nested query filters, ranking, both report level as well as a database level. There is a option in Query Designer to apply the ranking at the DB level itself, which improves the performance. Okay, parameters and prompts, and the performance. This is also important step, performance improvement step. So they may ask you how what are the measures you have taken to improve the performance of a particular web intelligence report. So these are the high level topics or the points you should focus on while preparing for the web intelligence report. Crystal can help you analyze your data by creating richly formatted, pixel perfect, and multi-page report from virtually any data source. This is another useful reporting tool of BO Suite. Following should be taken into consideration while preparing for SAP BO Crystal. First of all, the main features and limitations of Crystal report. Okay, why this is available, even though Web Intelligence report is available. What are the additional features we are getting on top of Webi reports? Okay, and connection of various data sources with the Crystal report. So, what are the different data sources we can connect uh, uh, with the Crystal report? You should be able to explain query editor options. Okay, in query editor options, which is very much similar to what we have in Web Intelligence report, we should be thorough or all the options available like filter option, parameter, ranking, SQL editor, etc. And there are different types, different modes in Crystal reports. Okay, there are structure and page mode. What is the difference between these two modes, and in which scenario we use these different modes? And the information about the structural elements of Crystal reports, like report header, body, report, page header, why these structural reports are used. And obviously the reporting elements of Crystal reports, like formula, grouping, conditional formatting, parameters, sections. The concept is same as that of Web Intelligence report, but there is a slightly different while implementing these reporting element. And you should be prepared with the SQL in Crystal report, where you have used a test case scenario, like in variables or in formulas, where you have used the SQL. And how to save, export reports, what are the saving options, exporting the report, and scheduling of the Crystal report. And like for any other tool, yeah, you should prepare performance improvement techniques that you have deployed to improve the performance of a Crystal report. So yeah, these are the different options. These are the different topics or the subtopics you should prepare for SAP BO Crystal reports. SAP Lumira Designer is a rich client tool for professional analysis application design, typically working in IT department to create corporate analysis application and reports. You should focus on these topics in Lumira Designer. Like, for example, tool overview. Yeah, tool overview. In this tool overview, like various modes and uses, Lumira file formats, application layout, various sections, and data acquisition, how data is acquired, and various improvements in Lumira Designer with regards to versions, and working with applications, like simple creating a simple application, how to bound a data source with particular application, various components available in component sections, options available in property sections of selected components, global variables, technical components, composites, and simple maps. Okay, and on top, apart from that, you should also focus on layout and formatting of Lumira Designer application, custom and standard templates, themes, CSS formatting. You should prepare a scenario where you have used the CSS to format the fonts and wherever it is applicable, and conditional formatting. There are certain advanced design techniques introduced in Lumira Designer, okay, which you should prepare for sure, like keyboard, how to create a keyboard shortcut, different exporting scenarios. Lumira has introduced various exporting scenarios in the latest version. Adaptive layout for the mobile, adaptive layout container for the mobile applications, script editors, maps, and bookmarks. Interoperability is also an important concept. Okay, commentary, risk scheduling, scorecard. So these are the advanced options available in Lumira Designer. And as I always said, or you should also prepare, you must prepare performance improvement techniques for various tools. Like in Lumira Designer, we have fast startup enable, how the different steps or the functions are executed in Lumira Designer, and various techniques to improve the performance. Lumira Discovery is used by key business users who need flexibility to connect to data, usually multiple data sources, shape that data and create ad hoc stories with visualizations from all type of data which others can leverage on, build upon, and share. Following are some of the important chapters in Lumira Discovery. like data acquisition process, how data is acquired from the different data sources, like from HANA, BEX, Universes, Flight File. What are the different options while acquiring the data? Query editor options, okay, where you can apply the global filters and the filters from the universes. All these options you should be aware of, and you can also apply the rankings. And one of the important feature in Lumira Discovery is data enriching. There are a lot of data enriching options or data cleansing options available in Lumira Discovery, like adding data from the multiple sources. Okay, the merge, append, and link. The difference between the merge, append, and link data, different data sets. Adding custom formula, applying filters, hierarchies. Okay, data validations, data cleansing. So all these steps we do before we start creating our visualization. So this is also a very important step where we enrich or where we prepare our data for creating our stories, and obviously the creating stories. Okay, various options available in creating the stories, like chart, tables, graph, numeric points. Okay, what are the global and local filters? What is the difference between global and local filters? Okay, how to apply the ranks, formula, conditional formatting, sections, sort kind of things in Lumira stories, adding multiple pages to the stories, working with reports and layout, the layout formatting. And also one of the important topic is link analysis. Link analysis, why it is used. You should be able to explain the scenario or examples where you are used in your projects. And finally, sharing the stories. What is the Lumira file format? Saving this stories locally and on BI platform, and various exporting options available, and scheduling. So this is all about the Lumira Discovery. Apart from BO, you should expect questions on other technical tools mentioned below. These are not the tools from the BO suite, but you should at least be aware about the various terms used. For example, in BEX, uh, what option, why we use the option allow external access to this query, what is variable, info providers, local and global filters, what are CKF, RKF, that is calculated and restricted key figures, conditions and exceptions. So the concept behind these terms are very much similar to what we do in BO. Like for example, conditions and exceptions. These are nothing but the conditional formatting and rankings, but with a different name. Similarly, different data warehouse tools, like in SAP BO, different objects used, like multi-provider, DSOs, info cubes. Okay, why these are used? What is the high-level concept of these objects in data warehouse tools? And data flow. You should be able to explain the various data flow scenario in your reporting solution, like how you extracted data directly from ECC, how you extracted data from BW, what are the real-time reporting data flow you have used. And yeah, and next is source system, the functional areas, extractor, tables, T codes you used in various source systems. Okay, and ETL tools like BODS. And the last technical tip is, do not mention eFashion universe in any of your answers, because eFashion is just a demo universe. It will show that you haven't worked in any real-time project. You have just seen the videos and or work on the demo universes. So do not mention these eFashion universes. So these are all about the other technical questions. These are few common HR questions. Even though weightage of these questions is very low, especially in case of technical position or lateral entry, I would still recommend to, to prepare your answers well in advance. A lot of online help is available to assist you in this regard. Some of such helpful links I am providing in the description of this video. Having said that, do not spend too much of your time preparing for these questions. I mean, in my 15 years of experience as a recruiter, I haven't seen a candidate is rejected because he or she could not describe his or her strength or weaknesses properly. For me, only last two questions can be deal breaker. Just focus on these two questions. Okay, this is all about the technical and the common HR questions. Now, let's conclude this video with some general interview tips. Always research about the company or the client or the position you are being interviewed for. Give give special mention and stress on the key terms you are confident on, especially while ending your questions. This is a very good technique in case of a generic type of questions, so that you can drive the next question by stressing on the key terms in your answers. For example, if the interviewer is not having a structured question, it's a generic type of recruitment. In that case, you may prompt him or her to ask the questions about the key terms you have used in your previous answer. This is a very good technique you can use in your interview. Do not do not pass the question like, "Do you have any question for us?" Okay, this is like uh, most of us ignore this question. Okay, I don't have any question. So ask question, whatever it may be. Like you want to know the type of position or type of role you will be having after getting selected. So do not pass this question. Prepare for common interview questions that we have mentioned earlier and rehearse them, practice them. Prepare for scenario based questions extensively. This is very important uh, because yeah, because the experienced the interview for experienced candidate are basically mostly based on the scenario based questions. So prepare for them well in advance. And some common tips like uh, dress for the occasion, be punctual, and keep the internet backup. So use the internet which is having the electricity backup, or if your connection is good, you can use the mobile hotspot. The next, like, do not give answers casually and respect everyone. Okay, yeah, and it is okay to say I don't know, I am not sure about something. If you don't know the answer, do not try to like divert the answer in some other direction. It is okay to say I don't know about this, I'm not sure about this, because uh, the interviewer also know not everyone knows everything. So it's okay to pass on the questions if you don't know the answers. Yeah, so this is all about the general interview. Thank you for watching this video. For more such videos, please subscribe to Parvaz Academy. Thank you again.